I definitely didn't want to make a simple video for this week, but let's say so many things happened. Not the best things in my life. I won't go into detail about that. You guys aren't here today for that. So instead, I'll just get on with the speed paint. So as you can see in the title, I'm redrawing some old art of mine. I've been drawing for a very long time. Probably since I could pick up a pencil. But I don't think I started taking things seriously until maybe 6th grade. What I mean by that was I just drew for fun without a care in the world. Not really concerned about improving my skills or just wanting to do more with my art. When I started taking things seriously, I searched up tutorials and tried to learn. But see, I still had a long way to go. Even now, many years later, I think I have a long way to go still. Now, for the piece I'm redrawing, I'll put it up on the screen right now. This was back in 2020, so 5 years ago. This is super old art and you can tell. My style is completely different to how it was back then. I was trying to go for an anime style at the time. I'm sure I've mentioned it in a past video or something, but this was far from anime. Now, I'm sure people are itching to point out everything wrong with my old art. I mean, there are just so many things that are off about it. But I believe at the time, I was so proud of this, and I really thought I did good. Purely because I drew hands in a quote-unquote difficult pose. Except the hands weren't even drawn correctly, and I should have seriously used references. While the pose is simple, the hard part in this redraw was actually getting the hand pose correctly. You know it's serious when I took out a fan from my own handheld fan collection. Yes, I have one of those. And then began using myself as a reference. Seriously, I looked insane. I held the fan with my left hand, had a mirror on the other side of my desk so I could see it from the front, then I just started drawing. This is why the hand looks slightly better than usual in this drawing, but yeah. Of course, at the time, I didn't think to do that. Now, we might be wondering who is the character in this drawing. He is definitely not one of my usual muses. Well, I've made muses ever since I could draw too. So this muse is Tsuru, one of my earlier muses. So the general gist of him is that he's kind of an arrogant, cocky prince who probably has too many expectations placed on him. Also, he can turn into a crane for whatever reason. I think he was made for an RP with friends. I'm not sure as it's been so long and some details are hazy. I'm honestly surprised I remembered an okay amount with this muse. Usually, I just don't. Now, I think the design I gave for him back then was okay. I can see what my past self is going for. However, it's 2025 and I've improved a lot. So for this redraw, I decided I was going to design him how I would design any other muse today. So that meant adding more detail when necessary and trying to add slightly more personality with the hair. Because at the time, I seriously didn't know how to draw any other male hairstyles except having blunt bangs. I thought it'd be really pretty to give him longer hair. I need muses with long hair. And since he has longer hair, of course I had to style it. So I put it in this half bun. For fun, I gave him a braid on the side. I feel like this hairstyle fits him better as a prince. It's more elegant and I imagine Tsuru is that type of person. In the original design, I think I was going for blunt bangs and a sort of longer back. I think the closest comparison might be Youngsang's current hairstyle. And as you can see, I don't think it really fits what I'm going for. I think Tsuru is meant to be super beautiful and maybe over the top. So of course I tried to add more to his clothes. I thought his original clothes were a bit too plain, so I added patterns. But I think I kept most of the idea intact. Oh, and for his eyes, I decided I'll try to draw some long bottom lashes because why not? He definitely has a very pretty boy face in my head. There were a few other things I added to his design such as these arm things and stuff on his ears. Just smaller accessories that add a lot. I added more detail to his fan because I think he'd have a more detailed fan anyways. What's funny is back then, I didn't think to add a design to his fan. I literally have so many handheld fans and not a single one of them is plain. I mean, there are plain ones out there, but at least the ones I have do have a design of sorts, even if they're simple. So yeah, there were a good amount of changes I made here and there, but it's all to get this up to my 2025 standards of course. So, looks like I yapped a good amount, so we're at the final minute of the speed paint. Since it's just this one drawing, the video is shorter for this week. Hopefully you guys are okay with this. You all may or may not be wondering what I'll do with Suru now that I've redesigned him. Is he going to go back in the basement? Well, no. Let's just say he'll officially come back as one of my muses and will no longer be in the darkest depths never to be seen again. Because I can't abandon such a banger design. And also, Joey made an offer with me so I can give Suru a few connections as well as rework his backstory a tad bit. Maybe add more specifics. So yeah, he'll come back, but I'll probably give him a more modern design too. Anyways, now we should be at the end of this speed paint, so let me show the final illustration. Here is the final illustration. I definitely love how this turned out, even if it's like a simpler drawing in general. I'm sure my past self would be so proud. And of course, I'll put the two drawings side by side so you guys can compare. I think you can see the improvement from the old one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more from me, I'd appreciate subscribe and a like on this video, because algorithm or whatever. Anyways, maybe I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye!